The year is 2026. The biggest event on earth is live on your screen, but the commentary sounds like a foreign language. You see 22 players moving in what looks like a chaotic swarm, a frantic chase after a single ball. For most people, that's all it is, 90 minutes of disorganized running. But you're a veteran. You know better. You know that no successful operation is ever just chaos. It's a high-stakes chess match, a battlefield. Every single movement is engineered, practiced, executed with lethal precision. What if you could see it not as a game, but as a tactical masterpiece unfolding in real time? The problem isn't the sport, it's the way you've been taught to see it. You're staring at a 90-minute match, but trying to make sense of the action without understanding the fundamental roles that dictate every pass, every tackle, every goal. The real game isn't just about the player with the ball. It's about the 10 other players, creating space, drawing defenders, setting traps. It's a silent war of attrition, fought in inches and seconds, and the commentators rarely talk about it. They focus on the explosion, not the complex network of actions that led to it. The stakes are higher than just enjoying a game. It's about missing the sheer brilliance behind a $100 million player transfer or game-winning tactical shift that the coaches spent months designing. It's the difference between being a passive observer and an active participant, about that sense of belonging that comes from shared understanding. The camaraderie you felt in a unit where everyone knew their job. But what if I told you there was a single fundamental change in modern soccer that turned static positions into fluid, dynamic roles? Understanding this one secret is the key that unlocks everything else. By the end of our time together, you will know exactly what that secret is and how to use it to see the pitch like an elite strategist. Most people think a goalkeeper's only job is to stand between the posts and block shots. They see him as a purely reactive player. But here's where most analyses fail. In the modern era, a passive keeper is exactly how elite teams lose. If you're only watching his hands, you're missing the most critical part of his game. The keeper in 2026 isn't just the last line of defense. He's often the first and most important attacker. Traditionally, the goalkeeper is the only player allowed to use their hands, but this privilege is confined to the 18-yard penalty area. This is his fortress. But the game evolved. The modern evolution to counter this is the sweeper keeper, a hybrid role that demands the keeper plays higher up the pitch, ready to rush out and intercept through balls before a striker can even reach them. He organizes the entire defensive line, shouting commands, pointing out unmarked runners, and ensuring the team maintains its shape. When he has the ball, he becomes the 11th outfield player, the designated marksman who can launch a pinpoint 40-yard pass to start a counterattack. So here's your first micro win. When the keeper gets the ball, ignore the chaos in the midfield and watch his feet. If he can't pass accurately under pressure, the entire team's foundation is built on sand. But even the best keeper needs a wall, and that wall is changing faster than ever. Everyone focuses on the striker who scores the goals, but the real story of an attack often begins 80 yards away at the feet of the center backs. Traditionally, they were seen as the enforcers, the destroyers. The job description was simple: be tall, be strong, win every header, block every shot. But that role is a relic. Modern center backs must be ball-playing defenders, technicians who are as comfortable with the ball at their feet as a midfielder. They are now the deep-lying playmakers, the quarterbacks of the team, capable of launching a 40-yard diagonal ball to a winger with the precision of a Tom Brady. Their core mission remains defensive integrity, but a great center back doesn't just make tackles. They read the game so well, they rarely have to. Here's your next intel gathering drill. When the center back has the ball, watch his first move. Does he look up immediately, scanning the entire field like a drone, providing overwatch? While these giants anchor the middle, the players on the edges are quietly becoming the most physically dominant forces on the pitch. If you want to understand the physical demands of modern soccer, turn your attention to the players patrolling the sidelines, the fullbacks. Fullbacks have arguably the highest and most brutal physical demand in the game today. A relentless cycle of all-out sprints for 90 minutes straight. They live a dual life. At its core, the role is defensive. But as soon as their team wins the ball, they are expected to transform into attackers. Their primary job becomes providing the width for the team, stretching the opposing defense horizontally across the pitch. By staying wide, they force the opponent's defensive line to spread out, which creates pockets of space in the middle for the star midfielders and strikers to operate. For your next micro win, watch the team's shape when they attack. If the fullbacks are hesitant to run forward, watch how the entire offense collapses. In a moment, we'll move into the center of the battlefield and talk about the player who acts as the shield for this entire operation. Here's a mistake that silently kills any deep understanding of the game. Fans often ignore the defensive midfielder because they don't light up the stat sheet. This role was immortalized by the French legend Claude Makelele. He proved to the world that you don't need goals or assists to be a global superstar. The mission of the CDM is to win the ball back and then immediately give it to a more creative player. They are the tactical circuit breaker. Here's your next piece of actionable intel. The next time you see a goal happen, rewind the play 10 seconds. It probably began with a quiet, crucial tackle or an interception from the defensive midfielder. But if the CDM is the shield that protects the force, the next group of players we'll discuss is the engine that drives the entire vehicle forward. But the central midfielder, or CM, proves that being a jack of all trades is a superpower. The term you'll hear constantly is box to box. The defining characteristic of a world-class central midfielder is their work rate. It is absolutely relentless. Their job is to dictate the entire tempo of the game. They are the team's circulatory system, pumping life through the formation. In many ways, the CM is the true coach on the field. They are responsible for maintaining the team's shape and balance. Now let's talk about the magic. The players who turn a boring game into a highlight reel. The attacking midfielder, the classic number 10, is the emotional heart of soccer brilliance. Pelé, Maradona, Zidane. They are the artists, the playmakers. The number 10 operates in the most dangerous area of the pitch, the hole, a pocket of space between the opponent's midfield line and their defensive line. What separates a good cam from a great one is vision. They see passes that fans can't even spot from the elevated TV camera angle. Here's your final micro win for the midfield. Find the player who seems to always have a yard of space, even when he's surrounded. That is the smartest person on the pitch. That is the number 10. Traditional wingers used to just stay wide, hug the touchline, whip crosses into the box. But in 2026, if a winger can only do that, they're obsolete. Instead of crossing, the most dangerous are inverted wingers. Cut inside from the flank onto the stronger foot. Open the angle to shoot at goal. Turn a crosser into a primary goal scorer. It creates a nightmare for defenders. That's the engineered chaos, forcing a no-win decision. Train your eyes. Don't just watch the ball, watch the winger's movement. off the ball. We've arrived at the tip of the spear, the striker. Being a world-class striker is almost entirely a mental game. They can be invisible for 89 minutes, but if they score the winning goal in the 90th, they are the hero. First, you have the target man, then you have the poacher. Finally, there is the clinical finisher, the classic number 9. They are defined by their composure and their ruthless efficiency in front of goal. Their mental fortitude has to be unbreakable. The real reason a seemingly solid defense suddenly stops working is that they are chasing a ghost. This leads us to one of the most significant tactical innovations in modern soccer, the false 9, a striker who drops deep into the midfield, most famously perfected by Lionel Messi. It forces defenders into an impossible choice. Follow him, abandoning his position. That leaves a massive, exploitable gap. When a team is attacking, look for their center forward. Is he battling with the defenders, or has he disappeared? If you can't find him up front, scan the midfield. Most people get stuck on formations, and they treat it like a rigid, unchangeable blueprint. This is the biggest mistake you can make. A formation is nothing more than a starting point on a map. The real secret is that the map is a lie. The game is not won by static positions, it's won by fluid roles and intelligent movement. In soccer, the best teams don't have 11 players locked into 11 spots. They have 11 operators moving as one single intelligent organism. The teams that understand how to weaponize this chaos will be the ones lifting the trophy in 2026. You are no longer a beginner, a passive observer. You are now a student of the game, a strategist. Every subscription to this channel directly contributes to our goal of feeding veterans through our partnership programs. Your support helps us serve those who have served. If this breakdown helped you see the game differently, then subscribe. Join our unit. Which soccer position do you think is the hardest to play and why? Strikers face the public pressure for goals, but the midfielders do the unseen work. Drop your pick in the comments below. Our next session will be a deep dive into the specific formations that will dominate the 2026 tournament. We'll break down the 4-3-3 versus the 3-5-2. To upgrade your 2026 FIFA World Cup experience, check out the fan gear and equipment I recommend in my Amazon store. The link is in the description below. This is how we stop watching blind and start seeing the win.